it couldn't be me. It for sure as heck could not be me. What we not about to do is you tell me I need to be grounded. Okay? And what you're not about to do is tell me how to be a woman when you're a man who's never been a woman and doesn't have a vajayjay and can't have a baby. That's what we not going to do. Okay? So until you get all the parts that are necessary for you to become a woman, okay, you can't tell me how to be one. Period. Point blank. Y'all, this is Married at First Sight, season 14, episode 9. Now, what I'm going to say is, baby, I'm ready. I'm with it. I'm with it all, okay? Because all the energy that Katina needed, I'm going to give it to you, sis. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to speak up for you because I'm going to need you to find your voice really, really fast, okay? Because what you got going on is not going to work for that man, okay? He's been testing you, pushing you, and trying you. And you gonna get up there and cry. Girl, I was so mad when you cried because the fact that you made a promise to yourself not to cry when a man is being verbally abusive to you, and he got up there and was verbally abusive to you, and you cried, broke my freaking heart. So, Elijah, I'm gonna read you for freaking filth. But that scene is not to the end of this review. So, y'all, stick around. Press that like button and subscribe. Let's go. The episode picks up with the experts talking about we want us to have the couple set up, dates for each other so they can continue to connect and bond. Child, why don't y'all go in there and get them some daggone therapy? These couples are falling apart right before our eyes. But what else is new? Okay? Noy set up a cute little scavenger hunt for Steve, okay? Steve's talking about something. I woke up and Noy wasn't there. I was like, not her disappearing again. Not her disappearing again, okay? But he said he woke up and Sushi was still there, so I guess everything was good, okay? He found a note about her meeting him at the park, so he went to the park. Okay, and she has these little treasure boxes around with cute little notes in it to remind him of like certain memories that they experienced, the wedding and things like that. It was cute, okay? Steve going around this park. And I was like, what if he never would have found Noy? What if he never would have found all these little treasure boxes she got hidden around the daggone park? Child, we would have been here for hours and hours and hours and hours. I could do this for hours and hours and hours. Okay, like, girl. Give him easier clues or not a big park, okay? But anyway, he finally finds her, and then once he finds her, he goes over to her, and they get a cute little hug and a cute little kiss, and then they start taking selfies. Cute. That's it. That's all. Ciao. But Steve thought it was cute because he said he liked, thoughtful gifts, and that was very thoughtful of Noy. What happened was Steve gave Noy some act right and told her to act right, and she started acting right. So now, y'all, we get to daggone Mark and Lindsay. Y'all, this scene was hilarious to me because Mark and Lindsay got this nasty food sitting on this table, okay? And she talking about something, is it good? And he like, I was like, food not good. It don't look good, okay? That poor man was putting all the seasoning, salt, and pepper he could put on that daggone food because it was disgusting. It was disgusting, okay? But he was just like going in with that knife. He was going in with that knife and that pepper shaker. He was so loud. I was like, Mark, if you got something to say, then say what you got to say. Lindsay in her confession talk about something. I'm just so irritated because I just wanted him to say, I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings and I care about you. And I'm sitting here like, you need to say sorry for all the things that you said in the bathroom the other night? Is that what you mean? Because, girl, what are you talking about? He need to say sorry. You're the one who was in the bathroom talking about his balls. You're the one who was in the bathroom talking about his income. You're the one who was in the bathroom talking about how he can't make you come. Girl, bye. You want him to say sorry? I'm going to need her to get her life together because she's doing too much for me, okay? When they sit down talking, he asked her, like, how she's feeling. This lady had the nerve to tell this man that he's a Debbie Downer. He was like, same. I was like, exactly, okay? She's like, she wants kindness from him. And she's very upset with him, okay? And he's like, same. I said, exactly. Oh, exactly, Mark. Girl, you're not the only one feeling this type of way. So is he. And he let you know every minute that you said you was feeling some type of way. Same. Yeah, I feel that. We're on the same page for once. The same feelings you have, I have, okay? But this is the thing. Mark is like, I'm not trying to argue with you. And she was like, you don't want to do anything with me. I said, girl, stop digging, okay? She said she feels like she absorbs his toxic sludge. I was like, same. Girl, you're the toxic one, but okay, cool, okay. So then she lets him know that his life is a complete chaos. And he was like, it's really not though, okay? I've been dealing with stuff for the longest by myself. You just keep inserting yourself, okay? Feeling like you need to take on the world when no one asks you to. But okay, sis, go off, okay? Then she tells him that she's not satisfied. She's very unhappy. And Mark was like, same. I was like, thank you, Mark. Thank you. Same, okay? She told him he was toxic. He was like, me? I'm the toxic one. Y'all getting out with this couple, okay? Mark is hilarious, okay? Because he is really trying to wrap his head around his daggone Lindsay, and you can't tell Lindsay that she can't do no wrong, okay? In her mind, she right, okay? But the thing is, she's not listening to anything that Mark is trying to explain to her. Like, she doesn't see how she plays a part in how he responds to her. This is not one incident. This is an incident that keeps occurring. Like, every time they go out in public, Lindsay shows her complete whole ass. Okay? And he's tired of having to try to defend her or clean up after her when all she needs to do in all actuality is just shut up. Just shut up, okay? She asked him, so what do you really like about me? Because at this point, it seems like you don't really like anything about me, okay? He takes a pause because he has to think about it. Because, child, it's not easy, okay? I got to think about some things. Let me think about this, okay? So, you're kind, okay? And I know you have a nice, deep, loving spirit deep down inside. And she was like, that's a dig. It definitely is. He's digging. He can't find it. He knows there, but he's digging and he can't find it. But okay, girl. Okay. She says that she is now like 1% in. I said, well, that's what Chris asked for, so y'all should be good. He turned around and talking about something. Well, it's not 0%, so I can take it. I was like, child, the bare minimum is all I need. The bare minimum is all I need. I'm so tired of these people. I am so tired of these people, okay? So now, y'all, we get over to Jasmina and Michael, okay? They going on a picnic. So Michael decides that he's going to make some cute little gifts for Jasmina's dog because the dog means a lot to her. And he wants to show her that he's all in and he wants to accept the dog and love the dog just as much, okay? So he makes these cute little things. The Boy Meets World sign because, like, the dog is the same dog from Boy Meets World. It was cute. I was liking it, okay? And she actually liked it more than actually getting a gift for herself because she loves her little doggy dog. And I was here for it, okay? But, Lord, y'all just don't need to have no conversations. Just don't talk, okay? I'm gonna need y'all just not to talk because every time y'all talk, it gets really intense, okay? So Michael wants to ask Jasmina how to communicate with her because obviously the way he's been doing it ain't been working, okay? She says, what are you talking about? Just talk to me. Don't talk at me. Just talk to me. Meanwhile, while she's talking to him, she has a tone, okay? She has a tone. And she's trying to explain to him that he wouldn't have gotten that tone from her if he didn't have the tone with her first. I'm sitting here like, I'm going to need her to take this word tone out the vocabulary because, child, I don't understand. I don't know if you understand what tone means. Okay? A tone is what Elijah Wan is over there giving daggone Katina. That's a tone. Okay? What Michael's giving you was a little bit of, conversation. A little conversation, okay? What you're doing is having a tone because even while he's sitting there trying to tell you, like, I'm just trying to ask you how to talk to you because, like, I talk to my friends, I talk to my family, and they think this is okay. And obviously you don't, so, like, what do you suggest? What do you suggest? And she's like, calm down. And I was like, he's definitely calm. It's giving very much, she exaggerated that whole conversation that was in that apartment that day. Okay, when she was on the camera crying about how he was being very aggressive with her and how he had a real nasty tone. Because I was sitting here like, is this the tone she's talking about? Because if this is the tone she's talking about, it's not giving a tone. I'm just saying, it's giving concern. It's giving maybe a little frustrated. But it's not giving, aggressive. It's not giving, oh, he was so aggressive, as she would claim. But okay, sis, go off. By the end of this conversation, they literally got nowhere, okay? He still don't know how to talk to her, and she still think he got a tone, and they just need to calm down. At the end of the day, Michael and Jasmina getting on my nerve, and they boyfriend annoying me, and I'm catching the tone at this point, okay? So we get over to Elijah Wan and Katina, okay? Come to find out they had a little argument last night or whatever the case may be, okay? So because of this argument, Elijah Wan asks Katina, what does she think her definition of a wife is, okay? She says it's like a support system, a partner, okay? But she doesn't like that question because her answer is not what he explained he wanted, okay? What he explained he wanted was someone that was going to cook and clean for him, and she's obviously not that type of woman, okay? He said that after the housewarming, he said, let's clean up, okay? And he got upset because as an adult, when you see your husband cleaning, you're supposed to get up and help him. Okay, he said that she made a little baffle about how she wanted to go, how she was tired. Okay, so he told her to go to sleep and that he was cleaning up the floor for her. I have a whole problem with that. You cleaning up the floor for her as if that was her job is an issue. Okay, at the end of the day, y'all both live in this house. Y'all both can take on the responsibility of cleaning. But after a long day of getting ready for a housewarming, having people over, drinking, talking, laughing, hee, and ha, and probably drunk on your behind, you want to go to sleep. Okay, everybody don't want to get up and clean. And that's okay because y'all can get up together as a team and clean up. But for you to sit there after you told her to go to bed because you decided that you was going to clean up, you really got upset that you had to sweep the floor for her? So that's not your house? That's not part of your floor? Okay. So now you consider yourself doing her job because you cleaned up the floor for her. Elijah, you sound stupid. You sound absolutely stupid. Since when did it become a thing where y'all have to clean together? I could get it if it's a Saturday morning and y'all get up and decide it's time to, like, deep clean the house. Okay, we both off from work. You take the living room, I take the kitchen. You take the bathroom, I take the bedroom. We gonna get this house together. Cool. But it's after a long night of drinking, partying, and having fun. Don't nobody honestly really want to sit up and start sweeping and cleaning. I get it. You don't want to go to sleep in a dirty house. And that's why you didn't, because you got up and you cleaned it. Boy, bye. Miss me with the BS, okay? So then he gets real aggressive with her like, you are my wife. I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not your friend. You are my wife. I have on a ring. You understand what that means? Do we understand what the ring mean? Or what? The ring mean I'm supposed to cook and clean? Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that's what the ring mean. Since when? I didn't know. But okay. This is what I'm gonna need Katina to do. Sis, find your voice. Because there's no way in HELL that man was going to sit up there and yell and scream at me about me being his wife and how he got on a ring as if I don't have on one either. But okay. So Katina's in her confessional and she's just talking like she's happy to do the things that she wants, but it never really hit her that she probably wouldn't meet someone's standards. And this is the part that bothers me about the whole interaction between Elijah and Katina. It's the simple fact that she's willing to give the things that he wants a shot. She's willing to try, to attempt, to, be this wife that he envisioned. But when you talk to someone like that, when you yell at someone like that, when you're aggressive with someone like that, it kind of makes them feel like, I don't even want to try. And if I try, I'm going to feel like I'm doing it just because he just yelled at me. Like, who are you? You're not her father. You can have a conversation without yelling. I'm not your friend. I'm not your friend. You sound like somebody's mother. I'm not one of your little friends out here on the street. What you going to do is get in this house and clean up. I'm not one of your little friends on the street. What you going to do is get in this house and cook. Like, boy, bye. Anyway, when she said that she didn't think she would meet his standards, I was like, girl, F his standards. You need to tell him like Jasmina, you need to calm down. You have a tone. Jasmina, where you at, girl? This a tone. So now the experts decide they want to give them some deep topics to really get in there and dig deep. No, y'all need to get in here and figure out what the heck is going on with these people already, because they've been digging deep, child. Okay, they've been digging real deep, and honestly, it's not looking good for them. None of them at all, okay? It's like the deeper they go, the worse it gets. They discussing the deep stuff. Y'all just need to come in there and help them figure it out. Okay? Y'all want to sit there and talk to us like, have you ever been in love? What does love look like? How do you fall in love? No. You need to go in there and reevaluate what these people really want from their spouses, because obviously what y'all gave them ain't it. So Noe Steve go first, okay? Steve asks Noe, have you ever been in love? And she says, I think once. And he says, yeah, I have several times. And she's like, how many times? And he was like, well, I've been in like 5 real relationships. I'm gonna say about a good 5 times because, you know, I think I loved all of them, okay? Now, she's all in the confessional talking about something. I just feel a little hesitant because, like, why he hasn't had that conversation with me? Like, why he didn't tell me he loved me yet? And I'm like, girl, it's been like 2 weeks. I'm sure he didn't tell the other girls he loved them in 2 weeks. So, like, no way, relax, okay? Just relax. It's like, what? Noi be getting on my nerve. It's like that. She just like seems so immature to me sometimes, okay? So then Steve asks, what do you think it takes to fall in love? Okay, she says, seeing how a person shows up for you when you're having a hard time in life. And that's a good one, okay? Because like you want to see how someone can be there for you and support you and stand by you, right? He says it's about feeling comfortable enough to entrust in that person to have that feeling for them. And I was like, this is cute. That's cute. So Noi gets down to what she really want to get down to when she asks him, so do you feel like it's still too soon? He's like, I mean, we getting closer. We almost getting there or whatever. But, like, I'm going to say it when I really feel it. I'm not just going to say it. Like, girl, relax. She's still in a confessional talk about something. I just hope he says it sooner than later. Girl, it's 3 weeks. Relax. So now it's time for Katina and Elijah Wan to have their little love conversation. Child, I'm just sitting here like, boy, we don't need to have that conversation. We need to start way over from the beginning with them two. But okay. Katina asks Elijah Wan, what do you think it takes to fall in love? He says devotion, commitment, and loyalty. She says it takes support, loyalty, understanding, patience. She wants the person she wants to be her best friend. Well, girl, he already said he not your friend. So you can take that off the table completely. He already said he is not your friend. I'm not one of your little friends. They sit down, they start talking. Katina expresses to Elijah Wan that she's guarding. He was like, I can tell because you don't cry. And I'm sitting here thinking of like incidents in my mind of where it was necessary for her to cry. Because y'all known each other for 3 weeks. And when at one point was it necessary for her to shed a tear? I'm just confused. He's talking about something on the wedding day. Girl, boy, she just met you. Like, relax, okay? She says that in her past relationship, she was in a very verbal, abusive relationship. And when she would cry, he would tell her that she was weak. So to avoid ever feeling like that, she would just cry in private. You know, she wouldn't let him see her cry. And I just feel like that freaking sucks that you can't even be vulnerable with someone without them calling you weak. Okay? Without them calling you weak. It's disgusting, okay? So then he tells her, let someone from the past dictate your future. So what you saying is that she needs to cry when you verbally abused her? Okay, got it. Cool. Point taken. She asked him, do you think you are beginning to fall in love? I was like, that's not the question. After the conversation y'all just had, I don't need that question. He says, I'm going to let you go first. No, sir. I asked you. You need to answer the question. But okay, she decided she was going to go first. He says, I see the potential for us to fall in love. Okay? And then Elijah Wan goes, I'm not going to say I love you, but I do like you. Okay? But love is definitely not on the table. He also says that their connection needs to grow and standards need to be met. He tells him, like, I think if I take cleaning and cooking a little bit more serious, then he will take me serious as a wife. He tells her, well, I've heard many of women say that, and none of them ever stepped up to the plate, so we'll just have to see. If you want a maid, say that. If you want a chef, say that. But if you want a wife, don't act like that. Because it's a partnership. It's a partnership. Shouldn't nobody have to cook and clean for you 24/7 for you to feel like they're being a wife for you. But I'm not ready to get into you yet, Elijah Wan. I'm going to wait to the ending of this because it's coming. So that was time for Michael and Jasmine to have their conversation about this love topic, okay? But we find out that today is Michael's, I guess, anniversary of his brother's passing away or whatever the case may be. And Jasmina was like, oh, I'm sorry. I wish I would have known. I guess because she wanted to be there to support him. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not really sure when it comes to Jasmina because you can't really tell her emotions on her face or whatever the case may be, okay? So, but she's happy that he at least opened up to her about it. I was like, okay, I guess. I mean, just letting you know that was the day that his brother passed. Wasn't really opening up, but if that's how you view it, sis, then that's how you view it, okay? So Michael asked her, have you ever been in love before? And she says, yes, 3 times and a possible. And I was sitting here like, I thought she ain't never really had no relationships. I'm confused when it comes to Jasmina. I feel like I don't know much about her. We never get to talk about her. We never really understand where she coming from. It's always Michael, okay? But anyway, he says he has been in love before, maybe once in a possible. He asked her, what about those relationships made you feel loved? She said that they always treated her with respect and they had a friendship first, okay? He says he's been in love once in a possible, okay? He says he for sure felt like, you know, they had really good friendship. They understood each other. They knew each other. So they were able to be vulnerable with each other, okay? Jasmina asked him, what do you think it takes for you to fall in love? He says that it has to be something comfortable for him. He has to be able to feel vulnerable, okay? Because as a man, it's hard for him to, you know, let that side of him show because it's a sign of weakness, okay? I just wish it was I just wish that it wasn't that way, especially for black men to be vulnerable without being viewed as weak. But unfortunately, the society that we live in has built them up that emotion is not accepted when it comes to them. So then she asked him, like, are you vulnerable now? And he's like, no. And she's like, so what's stopping you? I'm like, because every time y'all sit down to have a conversation, Jasmina, you catch a tone with him. You don't make it easy for him to be vulnerable because he always have to be on the defense. And it doesn't help that when he was having a conversation with you about something, you called him aggressive, okay? Doesn't help, okay? Like, girl, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? So why are you not vulnerable with me? Are you vulnerable with him? Have you shown him a soft side? Have you shown him a sweet side? No. Every chance you get, you got a stink look on your face. So, of course, he don't want to have a vulnerable conversation with you. Jasmina, go sit down, girl, because you getting on my nerves. But anyway, y'all, let's move on to Mark and Lindsay. So Mark and Lindsay are finally having a good day. Out of all the bad days, the good day outweighed my bad days. He asked her if she ever been in love. She says, yes, I've had different versions of love, okay? So then he asked her, did she think she was ever going to marry any of them? And she says the one that she moved to New York with was the one that she thought she was going to marry. But she had a lot of family things going on in her life. So she felt like he wasn't being supportive of her. Which makes me think, which is probably why she's trying to be over supportive when it comes to Mark, okay? Because she's trying to sympathize and empathize as if it was herself. Got it. Cool. Makes sense now, right? Okay. Mark says that he's been in love, but he's backpedaled because the person that he was with just didn't compare to the person that he left. And I'm sitting here like, so what you do is you leave the person you with to go to someone else, and then you realize that they not as good as the person you was with, so you go back to that person. Lindsay was like, oh no, I never backpedal, honey. I never go back, okay? What I learned is that I might like this about you and not this about you, and I might like this about you and not this about you, and the next person's not gonna get. I want to take all those things that I like about them to the next person, okay? I'm not going back because it didn't work out for a reason. I said, I felt that, Lindsay, okay? Ain't nobody got time to be going back after I left. If I left, it's over, okay? It's over. She also says that she feels as though Mark is the type of guy that once you push him away, he starts to love you. And I can totally get it. It's kind of just like how she said she's 1%, and now he's saying he's all in. And I'm just like, so when she was all in, you was at your 1%. So if you think about what Lindsay just said, it actually kind of makes sense. Once you push him away, then he wants you. Child, Mark crazy too. And Lindsay figured it out. And they're gonna be crazy together, but okay. Then she asked Mark, do you think that you're starting to fall in love? And he said that it's possible. So when he asked her, she says, if you would have asked me this maybe about a couple of weeks ago, I probably would have said yeah. But in the last 11 days, you know, it's been very rough. And I'm just going to have to say, as of right now, it's a no for me. It's a no for me. But, you know, Mark is starting to fear that he may have pushed her too far and she might not ever really come back to that 100% of being all in. And I was like, Lindsay ain't going nowhere, Mark. Lindsay ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. So now all the guys meet up and all the girls meet up, okay? The guys are at like a archery games, and the women go get some manis and petties, okay? So as they all start sitting down, you know, they're having conversations or whatever the case may be, Lindsay decided that she was going to bring up the post that Noi had posted about how when you marry someone, you really need to know, you marry their past trauma, you marry their childhood, you marry their families, you know, stuff like that. And I was like, Noi, didn't Steve tell you stop posting stuff? Didn't Steve say stop posting stuff? Girl, you still up here posting stuff? I wonder if the other couple saw her post about how she not gonna settle. That would have been a good conversation to have. But anyway, let's keep going. Mark over there telling the man that he's just struggling. This is a struggle. This whole marriage with Lindsay is a struggle. Every time we go out in public, it's a struggle. The girl is struggle, okay? Her name might as well be struggle because I'm struggling. Okay? Katina is talking about how her and Elijah want to have a whole bunch of ups and downs, okay? How he's putting a mirror to her, and it's really helping her open her eyes that she needs to cook and clean more. Child, if he don't go ahead with his... You know what? Let me keep going. Okay. He says, so Elijah Wine's over there talking about she has basically no life skills. Okay. He says that if it wasn't for marriage, he would have been walked away. It's so tough. It's so tough for him. I just want to know what you doing for Katina, Elijah Wine. I'm just curious as to what you're doing for Katina. Because every chance you get, it's about what she's not doing. What are you doing to deserve all of this? Just wondering. Just wondering. Michael says that him and Jasmina's biggest problem is building a deeper connection. I was like, yeah, because you're always arguing. Jasmina is hopeful that the intimacy and connection can grow. Okay, that's her strategy. She's going to be hopeful because if she's hopeful and he sees her being hopeful, then maybe their connection will grow. Girl, get you and your strategy out of here. Y'all, I don't understand what's wrong with these people and what really be going on in their head, okay? Steve brings up Noodlegate to the men, okay? About how she got up and left for almost 24 hours, didn't say nothing, didn't do nothing, okay? And then she over there telling the same story, but her side of the story is that, you know, he was so heartbroken when I left. I was just like, he loves me. He loves me. And I was sitting here like, so, girl, he love you? You got him loving you from you leaving for 24 hours and him being upset and hurt about it? That's what gave you that he loved you? Okay. Okay. Meanwhile, Steve was over here saying, I just had to express to her how she hurt me. She hurt me. I didn't hear love, but you hurt him. Moral of the story, y'all, they all going through something. Moral of the story, y'all, the experts ain't experting. Moral of the story is Elijah want a wife that's going to cook and clean for him, period, point blank, and that is all. The end. Like, child, it's everything that we've been watching, they discuss. So if I didn't give you a deep breakdown good enough for you, child, go watch all 9 episodes again and then put it into that scene. Do that, okay? So Mark decides that he's going to take Lindsay out to a sushi restaurant because she likes sushi. So when she gets there, she's so excited because it shows that he was listening to her, and she decides in pure Lindsay fashion that she's going to order for him, okay? Mark was like, nah, I don't think I want that. Like, I was going to order something that I was going to eat. I wasn't. Okay, cool. All right. They bringing out all his daggone sushi. Homeboy's struggling, okay? He can't figure out the chopsticks. He can't figure it out, but he gonna get a little fork because that's what he know, okay? He was trying it, but it just wasn't giving what he thought it was supposed to give, okay? I'm sitting here like, yeah, I'm with you on that, Mark. Nobody want this sushi, but where's the crab legs and shrimp? Where's the crab legs and shrimp? Okay, maybe some mussels, some crawfish, but I'm not down for the sushi of it all. Just saying, okay? When they sit down and start talking, he does give her some affirmations. This is what Lindsay been wanting, craving, and needing in her life, okay? He tells her that he appreciates her being patient, helping him in everything that he's been going through, and that he's sorry. He apologized for hurting her feelings, and he never wants to intentionally hurt her again. It was cute. It was cute, okay? After all that crying, begging, stomping on the floor, bang, bang, banging, having a tantrum, she finally got the words of affirmation that she needed from Mark to continue to move on in this relationship. So, Lindsay, my question is now, are you at least back at a 50 or 100? Or are we still at that 1%? Because Mark gave you what you wanted. And all you had to do was throw a tantrum for it. she tells him that she feels the same way that he feels, and that she's happy that she's able to be there and care for him because she sees how he cares for others, and he deserves that as well. And I say, yeah, until he makes you mad and you get to throw it back in his face again. But let's keep going. So Jasmina sets up a cute little gym day for Michael, y'all, and it was so cute, okay? She had like three little sessions, and it had like, you know, little things that they was working on, vulnerability, communication, and some other one, I can't remember. But anyway, she's his instructor, and she's like, I'm Jasmina, and he's like, I'm Michael. And she was like, oh, you have muscles, can I feel them? And then he was like, okay. And then she was like, are you married? I was like, look at her trying to flirt or whatever. It was giving cute. It was giving cute, okay? She's like trying to teach him how to do workouts. She's skipping and hopping and doing lunges and stuff like that. It was a cute little exercise, and I think the fact that she thought about what he likes and brought it to life for him was cute, okay? But when they sat down, and I guess this was the vulnerability part of it, when they were stretching, and she started asking him about all the death that he experienced, okay? When he explains the tragedy of losing his brother and how it all went down that night, Michael started getting very, very emotional, okay? And when he started to, like, you know, cry, she moved in close to him. And, you know, she wiped one of his tears. And a lot of people would say that it was cold, like she didn't really feel it. But I feel like she definitely got it. Okay, I say this because she said that she wants to work on building a deeper connection with them and being vulnerable because she knows that's how he falls in love. So I think in this instance, it was her trying to understand him and just see him for who he is and not make judgment on why he behaves the way he behaves because of what he experienced, right? I think by her leaning in, getting close to him was a sign of support, but still letting him know, like, I'm here when you need me, okay? And sometimes if she would have probably went over there and just hugged him, he probably would have just broke down. And she probably didn't want, you know, she probably didn't want to get him in a really bad, you know, mental space about it, okay? It's bad enough that he was already going through the grieving, but sometimes you don't want to just break down, you know? Like, it makes things worse. Like, you be trying to hold it in strong, and then as soon as somebody say, you okay? You're like, no, nothing's okay, right? So he's already having that moment, and she probably didn't want to intensify it, right? When she wiped the tear, it was like, you know, a cute little wipe of the tear, like, I'm here, I'm here. I appreciated it. I enjoyed it. It just made me feel like she does have compassion, because when she was in that confessional and she just was like talking about how she couldn't even imagine losing one of her siblings, it was like it hit home for her. And she understands now, like, where he came from and why he is the way he is. I thought the scene was actually very beautiful. I think it was necessary. And I just wish that we would have got to her vulnerable side. I feel like we already know that Michael has a vulnerable side because he's experienced a lot of trauma and a lot of death, and which is why he's always trying to stay guarded, right? But we don't get the whole backstory and the breakdown of Jasmina as to why she's so guarded. Okay, so we need to reverse this, and we need to have a vulnerability skill test with Jasmina and find out why she's the way she is. So this all could come full circle, because right now we have circle. You understand him, Jasmina, but does he understand you? Absolutely not. Just like when he tried to ask you how to communicate with you, we still don't know. We know nothing about you. It's always Michael, 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 Michael. But okay, I'm going to let you live. When she asked him how did he feel after that, he was like, it felt good to get to cry. And I just felt like sometimes you just need a good old cry, okay? And that's okay. Crying is healthy. It's a way to release the toxins of the soul. So Lindsay and Mark go on their cute little date. She takes him to the batting cage because she realized when she was helping him clean out his apartment that he kept all his baseballs, and that that he used to play baseball. So he was happy that she remembered that. They go go-karting. It's a cute little thing. He's happy that she didn't try to kill him, because every time they go do something, it got to be something extravagant, okay? Not really extravagant, but like, you know, she's talking about they was going skydiving and all this other stuff, and he was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good on all that, okay? So he's just happy that it's something on the ground and safe. I said, I'm happy that they had a chance to just have fun. And you know what? It didn't involve them talking or alcohol. Okay. So Steve takes Noi on a cute little picnic, okay? And they sit down, they start talking about what were their best memories that they had. And I feel like maybe that's what all the couples need to do. Talk about the good stuff, okay? Stop bringing up the old stuff and the bad times and the arguments they had and how they going to resolve them. Just talk about the good things. I mean, it's not that much for all of them, but I'm sure they could find some incidents or whatever, okay? Steve says on the third day that they were married, Noi told him that she loved him and he said, thank you. So he wanted to bring this full circle, and on their third week of being married, he wanted to let her know that he loved her. And I was like, look at you, Noi, you proved me wrong. I just knew that man wasn't in love, but I guess she was right. He was definitely in love, okay? So now they loving each other, and it's cute. I like it. 3 weeks seems a little fast, but hey, who am I to judge? So now Elijah Wan is taking Katina on a date, okay? Now this is the first problem that I have with this date, and y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. They're supposed to do something that their partners enjoy or want to do. Elijah Wan wants Katina to cook, and because she mentioned that she wanted to cook salmon, he decided that he was going to take her to a cooking class to learn how to cook salmon. Is that for her or is that for you? Is that for her or is that for you? First problem, okay? But you know what? They looked like they was having fun. Katina said that she doesn't really enjoy cooking, but because he's with her and he's doing it with her, she's enjoying it. And I'm not going to hold you. It looked like they was having fun, okay? She was a little Salt Bae with the salt. Everything was going good. The coconut shrimp looked good. The salmon looked good. Everything looked like it was a good old time, okay? Until they decided they was going to sit down to talk, okay? When they sit down and start talking, he's eating the food and she's eating the food. And she says, Dad, you act like I don't be feeding you. And he was like, with all due respect, you ain't feed me like this since I met you. I was like, okay, let's go. When they sit down and start talking, okay, he starts to say things like, he has to answer for himself if she is enough woman for him. What's enough woman, Elijah Wan? What is your definition of enough woman? I'm curious. What is your standard of a woman? What is your definition of enough woman? Because I'm just curious at this point, because you keep telling her, asking her what's her definition of a wife and how she's not enough woman. What is it? What is the definition of enough woman for you? Then he starts bringing up things that he's done, okay? I achieved buying my house. I own my home. I have no debt. Good for you. Big achievement. Big achievement. But because she didn't do the same, she's not enough woman. I'm just trying to make it all make sense. Like, help me. Help me. So because she didn't buy her house when she's not married, because like most people don't usually buy their houses until they get married, okay? So they could buy it together and don't have to keep buying houses, okay? But for you to sit there and throw it in her face as if that's going to make her not woman enough for you is beyond me. But let's keep going into the things that Elijah Wan says, okay? He says that at his housewarming, she didn't apply herself because she didn't go get the food. She sent her friends to go get the food, okay? She cuts him off, okay? She was like, hold up, what are you talking about? I sent my friends to go get the food because we were doing things. Like, we was decorating, we had to go shopping, and he was like, well, I was shopping with you. I was decorating with you, and you didn't go get the food. So why you didn't go get the food, Elijah Wan? Shut the hell up, because you sound freaking ridiculous. The food was there, and that's all that matters. Did she literally have to cook, clean, slave, everything for you to feel as though she's putting an effort? Because the girl didn't go out to the actual store to pick up the food, therefore she didn't put an effort. Whether her friends got it or she ordered it from Uber Eats, it got to the house through her, not you. Did you tell your friends to go pick up anything for the housewoman? Absolutely not. Boy, you sound freaking ridiculous. Talk about something, she didn't put in enough effort from my housewarming. Well, it's your housewarming, so what did you do for it? Decorate with her? Sweep the floor afterwards? It still seems like she did more than you did. Oh, but because you're a man and she's a woman, she's supposed to be doing it all. Okay. See, that's where women, I blame you. I'm going to blame y'all. Y'all got this I'm a superwoman mentality. I can do it all. I don't need a man for nothing. I'm going to cook. I'm going to clean. I'm going to work. I'm going to take care of the kids. I'm going to do everything. My man's going to have to do nothing but cook. My man's going to have to do nothing But, child, I don't even know how to say that. My man's gonna have to do nothing but work. Okay? He's gonna come home to a clean house. Kids gonna be fed. He's gonna be fed. I'm gonna still work my full-time job, and everything's gonna be perfect. I blame y'all because y'all put this false sense of reality into little boys who grow up to be men who expect for women to do everything for them, and all they have to do is work. Which is why it's men out here who can't cook. Oh, Elijah Wan. Men out here who can't clean. Oh, Elijah Wan. Men out here who get upset because he had to sweep a floor. Sweep a floor? Boy, if you don't go sit down, go take a seat. 3 of them. 3. Because you sound real stupid. It just made me so mad that daggone Katina got in that confessional and cried, okay? She literally cried because she said that she was like, I'm not going to say I'm enough woman. I'm not going to be sitting here trying to, get you to understand that I'm enough woman. Like, I'm not going to do that. And when she cried in that confessional, I just kept thinking about how she said that, she was verbally abused. And then he does the same exact ish to her. He's literally breaking her down so he could build her up and mold her into the woman he thinks she should be. Not the woman she wants to be, the woman he thinks she should be because she's his wife. Don't have kids with him, girl. Do not have kids with him because you want to know what's going to happen? He's going to be the one sitting there talking about no, you can't have a C-section. You're not woman enough. You need to be able to push that child out because a real woman would. I'm the man in the house. I shouldn't have to change no diaper. That's a woman's job. We're not getting formula for that child. You should be able to breastfeed. That's a woman's job. Elijah, when I tried with you and 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 I tried with you, I'm done trying with you. You are exactly who I thought you were from the very beginning. A piece of SHIT. Point blank and period. The end. That's Married at First Sight, y'all. I'm over it. I'm mad that Katina cried. I'm pissed off about that because she fought so hard to not be in that space anymore. He got her there, okay? He got her there. It just sent me over the top. Watching the scene over and over again, I just sit here thinking, like, who raised you? Who raised you to treat women like this? Who raised you to talk to someone like that? And let me tell you something. It has nothing to do with the fact that he wants her to cook and clean. But the delivery was way off, okay? As a man, as a woman, you have your expectations, your standards, and all that other stuff. Perfectly fine. But when you come on Married at First Sight and they choose a wife for you, all that standard-ish go out the window. Because if you want a woman that's going to cook, clean, and slave for you, then you go out and find your own wife who would enjoy cooking, cleaning, and slaving for you. Her doing that, her wanting to do that is a bonus. She don't have to do nothing. You're a grown man. You should know how to cook for yourself. You should know how to clean for yourself. Her doing it for you is a bonus. I'm done. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm out of here.